You, come here.
I approached. Yes, ma'am? She opened her purse dramatically and gasped.
My bracelet is gone.
The entire section went quiet.
It was right here, diamond, custom made, worth more than your monthly paycheck.
My stomach dropped. I haven't touched your belongings.
Of course you'd say that.
She stood up, pointing at me.
People like you always steal when you think no one's watching.
I felt heat crawl up my neck. That's not true.
Search him.
Gasps rippled through the room. I looked around. Cameras blinked softly from the corners of the ceiling, something my mom had installed years ago after a robbery attempt. Still, humiliation burned. You can check the cameras. She smiled thinly.
Oh, I will.
By then, my mom had arrived.
What's going on?
Patricia turned on her instantly.
Your employee tried to steal from me.
Mom's face went pale.
Which employee?
She pointed at me.
That one.
I never planned to tell this story out loud. Some days, I still smell the garlic and grilled meat when I close my eyes, still hear plates clinking, still feel that moment when my whole life flipped like a table in the middle of a dinner rush. But here I am, telling it anyway, because silence is exactly what people like her depend on. My name is Marcus Hale. I'm Black. I was adopted as a baby by a white woman named Evelyn Hale, a single mother with arms strong enough to lift crates of onions and a heart big enough to take in a child the world had already decided not to protect. She owned one of the biggest restaurants in the city, Hale's Table, a place so popular you had to book a reservation 2 weeks in advance during holidays. People always assumed I was just the help. They never assumed I was her son. My mom never raised me with silver spoons or special treatment.
If you want to work here, you work like everyone else.
So during holidays, weekends, and summers, I worked. I wiped tables. I washed dishes. I served food. I smiled until my cheeks hurt. I earned my pay like any other staff member, and I loved it. The restaurant was my second home, actually, my first. I grew up between the kitchen and the dining room. The cooks were my uncles. The waitresses were my aunties. I learned life lessons between trays of steak and bowls of soup. And most importantly, I learned how ugly people can be when they think no one powerful is watching. The night everything changed was supposed to be huge for the business. Mom had been talking for weeks about a possible partnership, some big restaurant group that wanted to merge brands, expand locations, and pour in serious money. The woman behind it all was named Patricia Whitmore, white, wealthy, loud, known for high standards, which I later learned was code for something much worse. Mom warned the staff early that morning.
We're expecting an important guest tonight. I want everything perfect.
I tied my apron tighter. Don't worry, I've got the front section covered. She smiled at me, proud, tired, hopeful. I didn't know then that it would be the last peaceful smile we'd share for a while. Patricia arrived exactly at 7. She walked in like she owned the place, chin high, heels sharp, eyes scanning like she was inspecting livestock. Her perfume hit before her voice did.
I hope the owner is on time. I don't tolerate disorganization.
I stepped forward with a menu. Good evening, ma'am. Welcome to Hale's Table. May I take your coat? She stared at my hand like it was contaminated.
I asked for the owner.
She'll be right with you. In the meantime, I
said the owner, not you.
Her eyes dragged over me. Slowly, deliberately. Something tightened in my chest, but I kept my voice calm, the way I'd been taught. Of course, ma'am. Please follow me to your table. She didn't move at first. Instead, she looked me up and down slowly, like she was deciding where I belonged.
Do you belong in the front or the kitchen?
A few heads turned. Right this way, ma'am? She scoffed and finally followed, heels clicking like punctuation marks behind me. When she sat, she didn't thank me. I placed the menu gently in front of her.
Is there someone more presentable who can serve me?
I'll be taking care of you tonight. Her lips tightened.
We'll see.
I turned to leave.
Wait, aren't you the valet?
No, ma'am.
Huh, could have fooled me.
Something burned behind my ribs, but I swallowed it and walked away. That should have been the end of it. It wasn't. Every time I passed her table, she found a new way to remind me exactly how she saw me.
This glass has fingerprints, basic hygiene. The napkin smells off. Are these even clean?
She leaned back in her chair, voice dripping with mock concern.
Do you understand English, or should I slow down for you?
I answered every insult with professionalism, every jab with silence. Because people like her don't need you to fight back. They just need enough rope. Other guests started noticing. Some looked uncomfortable, some looked amused. None said anything. Then came the accusation. She waved her hand sharply, snapping her fingers.
You, come here.
I approached. Yes, ma'am? She opened her purse dramatically and gasped.
My bracelet is gone.
The entire section went quiet.
It was right here, diamond, custom made, worth more than your monthly paycheck.
My stomach dropped. I haven't touched your belongings.
Of course you'd say that.
She stood up, pointing at me.
People like you always steal when you think no one's watching.
I felt heat crawl up my neck. That's not true.
Search him.
Gasps rippled through the room. I looked around. Cameras blinked softly from the corners of the ceiling, something my mom had installed years ago after a robbery attempt. Still, humiliation burned. You can check the cameras. She smiled thinly.
Oh, I will.
By then, my mom had arrived.
What's going on?
Patricia turned on her instantly.
Your employee tried to steal from me.
Mom's face went pale.
Which employee?
She pointed at me.
That one.
Mom looked at me. For a split second, I wondered if she'd say it. If she'd reveal everything. But she didn't. She trusted the truth more than explanations.
Marcus, did you take anything?
No.
He's lying. I want him fired. Immediately. If this is how you run your business, I'm reconsidering our partnership.
Mom took a breath.
We don't fire people based on accusations. We review evidence. Evidence? I am the evidence.
That's when Mom smiled.
Actually, the cameras are.
Patricia's confidence flickered. The footage was pulled up in the office. Staff gathered. Security joined. Even a few curious diners hovered near the doorway. The video showed everything. Patricia sitting alone at the table, her hands empty the entire time. No bracelet, no jewelry. Nothing of value anywhere near her wrists or purse. The footage rolled on. Patricia scanning the room, her eyes darting toward the cameras. Patricia opening her purse, pretending to search for something that never existed. Patricia stiffening her face into fake panic. Then calling me over. Already rehearsed, already decided. Silence fell like a dropped plate.
That footage is missing something. It's live. He must have taken it before the cameras caught him.
Ma'am, there was nothing to take. Mom turned to her then, voice calm but sharp enough to cut glass.
You didn't lose anything. You came here planning to accuse my son.
Patricia opened her mouth, but no lie came out fast enough.
You accused my employee of theft. You insulted him. You humiliated him in front of my guests. Your employee?
Mom looked at me then, really looked at me, and finally said it.
That's my son.
The room exploded with whispers. Patricia's face drained of color.
Your son? I adopted Marcus when he was a baby. He works here because he wants to, just like everyone else.
Patricia stammered.
This is outrageous. This is a setup. No, this is accountability.
She called security.
Escort her out.
Patricia screamed threats as she was led away.
You'll regret this. My company will crush you.
She didn't know what was coming, because one of the diners that night was a journalist. The video leaked. The story spread like wildfire. Racist businesswoman frames black server, exposed by restaurant cameras. The story didn't stop at the footage. Within hours of it hitting social media, 2 black men posted their own videos. Former employees. Both had worked under Patricia at different times, in different cities. The first spoke calmly, eyes tired. I was a floor manager. Patricia walked in one morning, looked at me, and asked who hired me. By the end of the day, I was fired. No warning, no explanation. The second wasn't as composed. His voice shook with anger. She said I made the brand look cheap. Those were her words. I'd been there 5 years. Their videos spread fast. Comment sections filled with people saying, "Same thing happened to me." That's when Patricia tried to save herself. 2 days later, she posted an apology video. She sat in front of a neutral background, hands folded, voice carefully measured.
I deeply regret how the situation was handled. I am committed to growth and learning. This does not reflect my true character.
Comments tore it apart within minutes. Then why did you lie? Where was this growth when you fired them? We've seen the footage. Her board saw it too. Within days, Patricia's company dropped her. Investors pulled out. Old employees came forward with stories of discrimination. Lawsuits piled up. Her empire crumbled faster than overcooked bread. And that apology video? It stayed up, right alongside the evidence that proved it meant absolutely nothing. As for us, Hale's table went viral, for the right reasons. Customers lined up around the block in support. My mom turned down 3 partnership offers and expanded on her own terms. She put me in charge of staff training, not because I was her son, but because I'd lived through what prejudice looks like up close. The twist? That journalist? She was Patricia's estranged daughter. She told the world everything her mother had tried to hide for decades. Months passed. Patricia applied everywhere. Luxury brands, consulting firms, hospitality groups, nonprofits, think tanks. Anywhere her name once opened doors. Now it shut them. Interview after interview ended the same way. We've decided to move in another direction. No feedback, no explanations, just polite rejection emails that all sounded the same. By the 20th rejection, her confidence cracked. By the 40th, desperation set in. At the end of a long, humiliating winter, she finally got an offer. An operations assistant role at a mid-sized logistics company. No title, no influence, no spotlight. Her new boss was a black man named Mr. Daniels. Tall, quiet, immaculately dressed. The kind of authority that didn't raise its voice because it never had to. On her first day, she walked into his office with a practiced smile.
Good morning. I'm Patricia Witt.
Sit. No handshake. She sat. You're late.
I arrived at 8:58.
Workday starts at 8:45. Check the handbook. He slid a thick binder across the desk. You'll review this by noon. We'll test your understanding at 12:30.
Test?
Yes. No smile. No explanation. From that day on, her life became a checklist she could never quite finish. Your report is formatted incorrectly.
It follows standard.
It follows a standard, not ours. Redo it. He returned it without looking up. Emails are to be answered within 5 minutes.
Even during lunch?
Lunch is optional, deadlines aren't. She tried charm.
I have years of leadership experience.
Leadership isn't a credential, it's a pattern. She tried complaining to HR. Mr. Daniels follows company policy. Everything he did was clean, documented, unassailable. One afternoon, she slipped.
I feel like I'm being treated unfairly.
Mr. Daniels finally looked up. Unfair would be judging you without evidence. He tapped her performance file. This is evidence. Another day, another correction. Why is this printer jammed?
I'm not maintenance.
Then learn. He waited while she fixed it. 10 minutes. 20. Time management is a skill. Develop it. Weeks turned into months. She stopped arguing, stopped smiling, stopped believing the world owed her anything. One evening, as she packed up quietly, Mr. Daniels spoke without looking at her. One more thing. She froze.
Yes?
Tomorrow you'll assist with front desk coverage.
That's not my role.
It is now. A pause. Do you belong at the desk or the back office? The words landed. Hard. He finally met her eyes. You're dismissed. She walked out without a word, because for the first time in her life, power didn't listen to her excuses. Sometimes, when the restaurant gets busy, I still put on an apron and serve tables. People recognize me now. And sometimes they ask, doesn't it bother you? I smile and say, nah. Best tip I ever got was watching Karma serve a full-course meal. So yeah, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because somewhere out there, another racist is about to order the special. And trust me, it comes with consequences.